Alright, so in this video, we are going to talk about centroids. And centroids are formed from the midpoint to a vertice, and we call those medians. So if I take a line here that goes from my midpoint to my vertice, that's going to be one median. I'll do the same thing here, and I'll do it one more time right here. So the point where all three of these intersect right here, that will be my centroid. Now, I'll call that point D right here, and I'm also going to label this point here E. And so the relationship that we want to look at for centroids is with any of the lines, I'm going to really be focusing on segment AE. And so if we look, we have a long side of our segment from AD, and we have the short side of our segment DE. AD is going to be equivalent to 2/3 of the whole entire segment, and then DE is going to be equal to 1/3 of the entire segment of AE. So we can write that as AD equals 2/3 of AE, which means also we can say that DE is equal to 1/3 of AE. So again, the long segment is going to be equal to 2/3 of the whole entire segment, and then the short segment will be equal to 1/3 of the entire segment. Now, we can also compare the short segment to the long segment, so that means that AD, the long segment, is going to be equal to 2 of DE. And then if we do the opposite again, that means that DE, the short segment, is going to be equal to 1/2 of AD. And so those are the properties that we need to know for a centroid. Again, a centroid is formed from medians, which means that it's coming from the vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side. And then that our median is going to be split up into two separate parts: our long part, and our short part. The long part's equal to 2/3 of the whole segment, and the short part's equal to 1/3 of the whole segment. And then we can go from there, saying that the long side is going to be twice the short side, and the short side is going to be equal to 1/2 of the long side.